Good afternoon and welcome to the latest issue of Print21, the weekly video news bulletin for the Australia and New Zealand print industry. This issue is sponsored by Ball & Doggett, Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press consumables. News in the printing industry this week is led by changes at the top. One of the country's biggest independent print groups, AAB, which owns Pegasus Print, SOS Print and Media, has appointed industry leader Kevin Slavin as its new CEO. Kevin Slavin succeeds former long-term CEO Wayne Finkeldy. Wayne's now retired. Slavin started work straight away. His first day was Monday. He was, of course, the former CEO at heatset printer Ovato, a role he occupied for 3.5 years, before the Hannans opted to create a slimmed-down business there and keep management in the family. James Hannan, now the CEO. Prior to the merger with what was PMP, Slavin was CEO at IPMG for 4 years. Finkeldy stepped down after 22 years in the hot seat, during which time he drove transformation at AAB through acquisition, investment in new technology and diversification. With sales of $85 million, AAB is certainly in the top tier of independent print businesses. 220 staff across 2 sites, Blacktown and Alexandria. Also getting a new CEO this week was trade, POS display and large format operation Centrum Printing, which has appointed Craig Elvin as its new CEO, with Craig saying the company is well set to meet onshoring demand as the ongoing shipping crisis hampers overseas print. Elvin joins from Opal Group, the big packaging company, where he was National Design Operations Manager, and prior to that he was General Manager at Aurora Smithfield. He worked for Visy in Australia for a decade in 2 spells and spent 3 years in New York at Northeast as Northeast Operations Manager for print displays. And with soaring shipping costs allied with lead times that are blown right out, and the reputational questions that are now arising over buying from China, onshore manufacturing, onshore printing is experiencing surge in demand that Elvin says Centrum is well equipped to handle. Also happening this week were the Women in Print breakfast series held in capital cities across the country. The group had a delicious breakfast, while main speaker Lisa Smith from Minds at Work discussed beneficial ways of approaching all levels of ideas in the workplace and in life. Smith talked on learning how to think differently, aiming to empower the attendees to approach challenges in a different way, by unlocking their innate creativity to solve complex problems simply. Negotiations by the Real Media Collective have achieved a 20% discount from Australia Post, with its new user-addressed promotional mail rebate offer for all new mail users. The mail monopoly Australia Post will now provide first-time promotional mail users with that rebate of 20% off the discounted business mail cost for up to 10,000 addressed promotional articles. Global wide format expo Fespa is set to take place in just 3 weeks' time in Berlin, and virtually all COVID restrictions have just been removed by the German government. Masks, social distancing, density limits, all gone. Keep up to date with what you need to get there by looking at print21.com.au. The judging for the 2022 Printing Industry Creativity Awards, the Pikers and the 39th National Print Awards has just been completed. All eyes are now focused on the awards ceremony, Print's Night of Night, set for the 30th of June during Packprint. You can book tickets online. That's it for this week's Print21 news section. Thanks to our sponsor Ball & Doggett, Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press room consumables. Now we turn to our new feature on Print21, Product of the Week. And this week we're sponsored by Stick-On Signs. Each week we're featuring a new technology for the print industry. This week again we're looking at the Dimense range of European-made, digital, all-in-one, eco-friendly digital print and emboss systems, brought to Australia by Stick-On Signs, and which will be on show at Packprint in Melbourne in June. Dimense prints and embosses in a single step at 20 square metres an hour on media up to 1.6 metres in width. The technology behind the achievement of the Dimense combines dependable wide format inkjet technology with a digital calendar in the same device. Finishing choices include matte, allowing the use of the brightest colours, gold, pearlescent, for an enhanced embossing effect up to 1.5 millimetres, and silver for whenever a metal finish is required. Dimense range has capabilities for printing moulds with detailed definition, as well as wallpaper, decor, in specialist signage, packaging and point of sale products. That's it for this week's issue of Print21. Thanks to our sponsor Ball & Doggett. This is Wayne Robinson, editor, signing off. Go to print21.com.au for all these stories and more in full detail.